Back at it again. So the first thing I'm going to do, step one, if you will, is loosen up the lug nuts because I'm going to remove the tire. Let's do that. So the next step, I'm going to jack this up, put the jack here so I can remove the tire. So there you have it. I have it jacked up. As you can see, it's off the floor. And then after that, what's next? Oh, take the tire out, and then we go from there. So I put one floor jack. I hope that's sufficient. So I got it jacked up and I put one floor jack. It's kind of leaning, I don't like that, but we'll see. We'll just improvise. So I got the tire out. So here we are. Tire's out. Get a better visual of what we're going to work with or work on. Kind of give you an idea. So what's next? Next I'm going to release the shock. So I'm going to take this out. I forgot what I'm going to use, a 3/4. I believe it's a 3/4. 3/4, I'm going to use a deep socket. I'm going to take the shock out. I'm just going to let it dangle from the bottom. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so here we are. I don't know what the step 3. So I removed the bolt at the bottom of the shock. I removed the bolt that carries a sway bar. Sorry, I removed the bolt that carries a sway bar. This will allow me to drop this release pressure on the spring. So I don't got to use a suicidal spring compressor. I don't know, this job seems a little suicidal too. Okay, so hopefully when I drop the jack down slowly, this will start to relieve. Then I can take this out, and then I can go from there. Actually, I might have to loosen this up now. I kind of forget the steps. Looks like I need a compressor, because this is as far as this drops. I mean, it drops to the ground if not, but we'll see. Don't ask me how, but I got the spring out. Blood, sweat, and tears. I just twisted it. I just twisted it counterclockwise or clockwise. I forget which one it is, but I did get it out. Yeah, that was the hardest part. So here are the new spacers. Here are the old spacers. It's a long story why I bought new ones. The old spacers were in there before the lift, and they were supposed to be. It's a long story. So I got new ones, but it's a long story, yeah. Maybe we're supposed to put the nut in first? No! You're supposed to put in the springs in first, then somehow, I believe, drop the nut in there. That's weird. Or maybe drop the nut, then just drop this in there. I don't know. So here's the base of the coil spring. These stud extenders, I believe they're 5/8. I don't know how tight I'm supposed to make them. Anybody knows? So I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm supposed to make them super duper tight. Let me try to tighten them up a little more. So I'm using let's say 15/16. Fits real nice, yeah. There we go. Is it in the shot? I can't really see. So I'm gonna tighten that up and we'll go. I gotta get this. Okay, since my springs are long, I have to use the Widowmaker. That's what they call it. It turns wives into widows. So this is spoil. Gosh, I'm so tired because I had to run to Advance Auto. Couldn't drive because I didn't want to take the car apart, then put it back together, blah blah blah. So let me walk to Advance Auto and buy the coil spring compressor. That's what I was trying to get out. So here it is. They call it the Widowmaker. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the coil springs. Let's go. Can you see it? I can barely see because of the sun. But there it is, the Widowmaker, the spring coil compressor. I'm using 3/4 socket, 6 points, and we're trying to get it down 3 inches. I got it down 1.5 inch before. These, oh yeah, to give you a heads up, so Rough Country makes their springs thicker than average, right? So the spring compressors don't actually fit the Rough Country. You see how this right here is supposed to go in between this to get a tighter grip, but they don't make them for like Rough Country. You got to get, they told me only the commercialized spring coil compressor is the only thing that will fit. So you see how it doesn't fully fit, but it has a good grip on it. And I compressed it 1.5 inches before and put them in, so I don't think another 1.5 inches is going to hurt, you know. But we'll see. I'll take it slowly. I'll take it carefully, and go as it goes. So close. I'm like this much away. That's like a 1/2 inch away. I'm so freaking close. I got the compressors on there. You're pulling it down. Got to fit it in. I'm so freaking close. Oh man. I did it! I am still alive! Just about done. This side at least. Let's go. It was harder than a son of a gun. Gotta line this up nicely. You gotta line this up perfectly. Put that side on and put this on, and we can get to do what we gotta do. So this is where I'm resting my knees. My knees were hurting. My knees were hurting. But anyway, the clamps were hard to get out. They weren't, you know, anything that you think is going to be easy turns out to be hard. Funny how that happens. Ah! So now I got to tighten this little sucker down, and then I can attach the sway bar back, lift the truck up, and pop in the tires, and so on and so forth. So I'm struggling to put this big old tire in, and I don't want to waste all my energy because this is not easy work. So I called my brother. I was like, look, I need help putting this tire on. Now if I can get the tire on myself with a bit of struggling and pushing and trying to aim. See, it's aiming the holes in and pushing in at the same time. That's what I'm struggling with. I can do that, but I don't want to exalt all my energy because I got to do the other side. I got to take apart the other side and put together the other side, and it takes energy. Okay, so yeah. So my brother's gonna come here help me put the tire on, but so far so good. That is your Bronco right there. Dun 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 dun. So I got one side in, right? Did I show that already? Yeah, sometimes you got to call reinforcements just to put the there it is. It's installed right there. Boom boom. It is right there. Looks real nice. 1.5 inches. Yeah. So yeah, sometimes an extra person helps, you know. In this case, the help is me not to spend all my energy putting this big old tire in, you know. Big old tires, big old legs. If you ever watch Zoom to Thailand, he has a Chinese girlfriend, and he's always saying, "Look at them big old legs." I'm like, "Look at them big old tires." He's always telling his Chinese, is that how you say it? Girlfriend, "Look at them big old legs, them big old legs." I don't know. I think that's funny. But back to what I'm saying. Look at them big old tires. I just don't want, if I can call somebody, they can come here and help real quick just to get the tire on. You might think, what if you had a flat tire somewhere and you had to do it yourself? Yeah, I'll do it myself. I've changed hundreds of flat tires. It's nothing. Yeah, this one is a lot bigger than the tires I changed in the past, but I can get it up there. It's just there you're just changing a tire. Here I'm doing uh, a lift kit. I'm doing a level 1.5-inch lift kit, so it's not just lifting the tire. All right, until then. So install is done. 1.5-inch front leveling kit, or front lift kit, if you will. So I'll lift the front up 1.5 inches. The reason being, before the install, the Bronco said the back was higher than the front, and I want it level. When I was leveled-ish, not leveled, but I like this a lot better for multiple reasons. One of the reasons, as you can see, I like the look of it, of the front. It exposes the shock and the coil springs more. I think that's a cool look. But more important, functionally, when I used to make really sharp turns, it'll rub against the fender a little bit. Now it no longer does that because it's cleared now. Because I got it all higher, 1.5, 1.5 inch higher than the front. So yeah, I like how it stands. I like how it sits. Mission complete. I'm satisfied.